Today I'm going to start working on converting this old TV cabinet into a pet enclosure. For us, it's going to be a couple Dumbo ear rats that we already have one of the regular metal cages, you get at the pet store. After having them for a few months, we found that they work okay, but they're hard to clean. The rats especially like to kick the bedding out, which just is messy on the floor. So we had this great idea, let's make something custom. And I said, let's start with something that's pretty close. You can find these TV cabinets super cheap on Marketplace. I got this one for 40 bucks and I was 20-30 minutes away from the house. So had everything to start with. Biggest thing was the doors, the hinges, the hardware. You can't hardly buy anything for $40, especially in the lumber department. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be painting it or not. Probably going to leave it stained. Might touch up a couple of the low spots. I'm not getting super crazy fancy with it, but we're going to make it look nice in this room. One thing I did want to mention when looking for a cabinet like this, just out of experience for having them, cleaning the cage, stuff like that, we wanted this to be wide open. A lot of these things will have a support that goes down where the doors close against. It's kind of difficult to find one that's wide open like this. So if you are searching, I'd say search for like a TV cabinet more than like a cupboard or something like that. So pretty much what I'm going to end up doing is sticking with this one shelf. This is got some sort of like a vinyl coating on it. I think I'm going to probably center it here. We're going to be taking these inserts out of the doors. I'll be replacing that with plexiglass, and then also taking the side inserts out. Probably going to be doing metal, just get ventilation in it. So I got pretty loose plans so far. I'm going to try to use pretty basic tools. So hopefully you can repeat this if this is a project you're wanting to do as well. For right now, we're going to be just focusing on the top of it, leaving this bottom section for storage, for the bedding and all that stuff. So if this thing works out great, we might expand it down there and let them have an extra level basically, but I don't think right now. This is such a huge upgrade for space for them. I think they're gonna be just tickled with what we do up here. So let me get a couple of things started and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about with taking these inserts out and we'll get this project going. All right, and there we have it. Pretty straightforward. Just cut the top, bottom, one side, and this thing actually slid out. There's just a couple little brad nails that held this thing in place, and it just sat, like I said, inside this channel. I'll be able to slide a piece of plexi in here. I don't see a problem with that. Make it a little oversized because it will flex a little, and if I get just a touch of a gap up at the very top, I don't think it's going to matter at all. They'll never be able to get up that high anyways, so that is definitely working out like I was expecting it to. I'm gonna get the other 3 inserts taken out here quick and be right back. That was pretty simple, fairly quick. Got all 4 panels out. I'm gonna get a couple measurements for the pieces of plexiglass in the front and make a trip to the store. Grab a few supplies. I got a couple different ideas on what I'm going to do to kind of waterproof the inside of this thing. So let me go dig around at the store quick and see what's going to work best on a budget. And I'll be right back. Just got back from doing little parts digging around. Found a couple things, make this project pretty easy. First thing, of course, is sheet of plexiglass. Most places can cut it for you to length, size, whatever you need. Of course, the Ace Hardware that I got this from, their cutter was not working well, so it worked out okay. They gave me a price break on it for 20 bucks. This is usually like, I don't know, $25 or something like that for a sheet of plexi. I found a couple of gutter guards that'll work perfect for our little side panels here. The gutter guards only come 5 and 6 inch. This one's kind of a pre-made. You got this bend here. I was kind of checking it out. It's super easy to manipulate this a little bit, so I should be able to make this work. It goes over 7 inches, which is what I need anyways, so that'll take care of the sides. And then I grabbed couple dozen peel and stick vinyl. I want this to be kind of pee proof. So we can spray it down with some bleach and clean everything up real nice. But so far I'm looking between the plexiglass, the tiles, I did 1 tube of clear silicone, the gutter guards, 25, 50, about 65, 70-ish bucks in materials. I am going to use a piece of plywood that I already have to fill in this section. And then, like I say, I'm gonna kind of line this whole thing with those peel and stick tiles. So I'm cutting this plexi myself. You can score it, but when it's 35, 36 inches long, trying to break it makes me a little nervous. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and use my skill saw, my jigsaw for it with a fairly fine blade. That way I know for sure it's not gonna get almost there and snap, but if you went to a big box chain, something like that, Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever, I'm sure they could probably just break it and snap it for you right there in the store. But let me get this cut and we'll start building the actual door plexi first. That way I can get my silicone that's gonna keep it from rattling in place and drying. And then we can go into cutting this piece of board and all the rest of the project. So we got day 2 of Rat Palace going on. Last night before I went in for dinner, I ended up finishing cutting this plexiglass and put it in. I went a little oversized since there is some bend in the glass itself. You can make sure that it has enough room for the edge of the glass to meet in here. I'll get a measurement for you here quick just to confirm. I know it was 12-inch. Wide is what I cut the glass at, and the frame is roughly 11 5/8. So it gives you kind of an idea what you can get away with, a top and bottom for extra to be able to still get it in the original channel, but without breaking it at least. Now I got the board cut and put in the back, and also went ahead and stapled up my metal screening. Used an air stapler. Hand stapler would work too. Might be a little bit easier. This was pretty close for width wise. As you can see, just catch a staple every couple 5-6 inches, whatever. But getting ready to start putting some tiles in on it. Try to waterproof this thing up a little bit, make it easier to clean out, and then I will mount the shelf, get her in the room. I'll just show you real quick on scoring this thing, what I was talking about. I'm going 5 3/8. So we'll just make a mark over on one side, make a mark on your other side. Line her up real nice. Nice and light pressure on the first round, a little bit more pressure on the second. And then what you get is, if you take it your time, and a bender. Now the face of it, the material's still intact. Makes it super easy to put this in. Let me readjust this real quick. I love how it never focuses. There you go. These peel and stick tiles are so awesome for things like this. And just like that. I got the whole back wall done. Touched up with little stain corners that were kind of bunged up. I think it's gonna look just fine for what it is. I still am a little short on the tile for down there, and probably gonna stick them on here too, even though this is vinyl coated. Another thing to keep in mind, you don't need to have any fancy shelf brackets. These are just a couple little 1-inch by 1.5 inch blocks of that MDF that I used. There were scraps from that piece that I filled in the hole in the back of the cabinet with, so This thing is looking pretty darn nice. I like it. One little thing I came up with I thought was pretty nice is this little ladder. I was looking around for something I wanted metal. I didn't really want, you could use wood or whatever, but stuck a couple little hooks so it's removable. And what that piece is from an old wire rack, which worked out about perfect. And yeah, just cut off to length. What is this thing, about 6 inches wide? If you have any something like that laying around, makes for a pretty cheap, easy ladder for these little guys. Now we got a completed rat palace. Yeah, you can see how it turned out. All right, back up a second here. I did a little white silicone across all the tops and corners and everything. After you put the tiles in.
The little girl wants to see the camera.
Okay. All for these little guys.
Oh.
The little Dollar Tree hanging baskets make an awesome little nest if you just zip tie the two halves together.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Nice improvement over what we had before. It's kind of dark in here, but you get the general idea of it. Oh, we even got a fancy light in there.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will give you some inspiration if you're wanting to build one yourself and do it kind of on a decent budget. I'd say to add a little bit over $100 maybe into the whole thing with the purchase of the cabinet and with all the little pieces, parts. Basically, the most expensive thing was the actual tiles themselves, which they used like 38 of them, I think, 39. $1.30 something a piece. So not horribly expensive, but it does add up.
Gwen, you want to step down?
Thanks for watching.